My name's Bernard Moss. I've been a photographer for over 40 years, mainly in the social area, doing weddings and events, baptisms, bar mitzvahs, anything you can imagine that is, to do with the social side of photography. And what this all is basically why people call us, because they want to preserve those memories. That is the thing. Memories are so important. And maybe without me realizing this, my family, my parents, originally came from Germany. They managed to escape the Nazi persecution. And my mother arrived here a few days before the war with England. And one of the things that she had with her was an album of photographs. And sadly, that was the only thing that survived from her family. And just before lockdown, I started thinking, especially where I live, there are quite a few elderly people, and when you start talking to them, they always have these amazing stories from when they were young, and I started thinking, wouldn't that be interesting if there was some way in which you could record that, and obviously there is, for future generations. You'd have someone talking to you, explaining, in flesh and blood, what they went through, and talk about their family, their parents, and what their father or mother was doing at that time. So, and this you'd preserve this. You preserve this for today's generation and for future generations. I have a site which is down here, and you may be able to see it. I mentioned that if you could imagine 100 years ago, or more than 100 years ago, your great-grandmother could have been videoed at that time. It would have been an amazing thing today to listen to that and see that. So now, today, with our technology, we can do that. You can make a video here and then send it the other side of the world. So that is something which I think is fascinating, that we can do this. And that was the reason why I started this startup. I wouldn't call it a company because it's just me. And I'm doing this because I really enjoy listening to other people's stories. And I think history has always fascinated me. And so that is why I started this. And I will be showing, in this little video, some examples of this. They're on my site as well, to give you an idea what it is. It's done very informally. We'll come to your house and we'll chat before to find out a little bit more information about the person's experiences they've had throughout their life. And then, we have a couple of cameras that are discreetly placed and just talk. So tell me a little bit now, your father, what did he do for a living, your father?
My father, I was told, during the war, he had a photographic shop. And during the war, we had British troops in Egypt, in Cairo, and my father mixed with them. They were like his clients, and this is the reason why he spoke relatively good English.
What kind of business?
My grandfather he had a factory, mirrors. He made mirrors.
I remember when I used to visit my parents, I always used to have a video camera with me. Strange, isn't it? And I got them to tell me about you know, their life. And this is before I even had this idea. I'm talking about, you know, 20 years ago. And so they would sit there, they didn't even notice that I was filming, and they would tell me, my father would tell these amazing stories, some very funny stuff. And if I can find something, I might just show you little bits of that. It's very, you know, done on amateur cameras and very homemade, but it's something that is there. You know, it's been preserved. That moment, you know, unfortunately they've all passed, but there you have this incredible document. And that I find so important, and it's there for other generations to see.
Excited for no reason at all. Stupid things. I said, have you know, silly things, you know.
You know how it is, don't you?
Yeah, you know, silly things, what has no bearing. Where's my jewelry? Did I put it in here? Where's my watch? Somebody took it. I said, nobody took it.
Whoever said that? I never said.
No, you know, she looked for earrings or looked for something.
It's not put in the house to take it.
No.
How can I say
It's here or in St. Paulo. She lost it. She didn't take it. Where's my watch? Where I put it, I don't know. I put it in my bag. I put it there.
So you started working with this guy, or was it a beggar? So what happened then?
I stayed there and I got a job in a shoe factory. In a shoe factory, looking for faults. I was inspecting shoes.
And now I understand why it's so difficult for you to buy shoes.
I was inspecting shoes. They were already finished for. They had to be perfect in the sole for the showroom.
Quality control.
Quality control. They had no cracks in it or anything. And I got the price. I earned then £2.50 a week. And from 8 o'clock till I think 5. And the owner of the factory were Jews. His name was. There were two partners. One was Jews and one wasn't. But I don't know which. The one who Jews was name was Kirchenstein. So he must be a Jew. And the other one was Chisik and Kirchenstein. So the old boy, the father, who was retired, he came to me and asked me questions, and everybody else was very in, because it's a big honor. The owner of the factory talked to me. I just come there, and all the others, they haven't spoken to him for 5 years. And he spoke to me
in German.
He spoke in Yiddish. But I understood. English was a bit strange to me.
By doing this, you're carrying on, if you like, the history of the family. And today people are always interested to know where they came from. You know, there's a lot of people doing all these DNA tests to find out, you know, if you know, maybe they're related to the Queen or something like that. So that is something, the reason I'm doing this.